these kind of questions. So I have a prepaid customer lead record, and if I convert this lead, again I have three kinds of account record types. So this lead record should convert it to prepaid account only. It should not be moved to any other record type. So how you can do that? So that is also one of the very important interview questions. Right. So any doubts? You can ask me if you got any doubts. Right. So we'll see workflows. Okay. So what is a workflow? So if you want to automate your business, you can use workflow. Okay. So something like if something is done, if that is met some criteria, then it has to automatically do this kind of thing. Okay. So automating your business is nothing but a workflow. Okay. So on any object you can write a workflow. Okay. If you want to write workflow on lead, account, contact, and on any object you can write your workflow. Okay. So that you can automate your business and you can make things easy, right? So we have already seen one example. Whenever a lead record is created, if that lead is having email information, then an email should be sent to that particular email address provided. Okay. So this we have already seen using workflows. So before going into details, whenever you are writing a workflow, you should have some goal. So what is the reason behind writing this workflow? On which object you have to write your workflow? First, decide on which object you wanted to write your workflow. Shiva, are you okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So on which object I wanted to write my workflow? You have to decide on that first. So which object? So what is the criteria? Next thing is criteria. So what criteria I need to have? And if the criteria is satisfied, what action I want to perform? Okay. So these are all the important things you need to have when you are going for a workflow rule. Suppose I want to write a workflow on account object. And what is the criteria? Some criteria. Okay. So something like, take the example of lead only. It is very easy to understand also. So I wanted to write a workflow on lead object. So what is my criteria? If email is not empty, that means if email is provided with some information, it's a valid email. And if we have a valid email, in the email field. Okay, this is my criteria. So I want to write a workflow on the lead object, and my criteria is email field should not be empty and it should have some valid email address. Right. What is the action I want to perform? I want to send a welcome email to the user. Okay. I wanted to send a welcome email to the email address provided in the email field. How we can achieve this functionality, we'll see. Okay. So before going for that, what are the main things we need to look when we are going for workflow? We need to decide on which object we wanted to write, and we need to have some criteria, and we need to have some action. So what are the actions we can perform by using workflows? Okay, what are the actions? We can do different actions, like we can send an email, we can assign a task, and we can update a field, and also we can send a outbound message. Okay, these are all the different actions we can do by using workflows. Okay, so now I want to send a email. Okay, so let me show how we can do that. Okay, so here create workflow rules, and here you can see workflow rules. Okay, click on it. Right, he has provided some information, basic information about workflows. What is workflow? Automates the following types of actions. So it is automating the following types of actions. Okay, right, so some information he has provided. Continue. New rule. On which object you wanted to write? On lead I wanted to write. Click on next. Right, so write a rule name. So say welcome email. When you want to send an email, okay, otherwise when you wanted this workflow to be fired, whenever it is created, or created every time it is edited, created and anytime it is edited. So these are all three different options we have. We'll be discussing these three options later. Okay, these are very important, but I am just explaining a basic workflow. Okay, so we can see these options later. Right, so what is my criteria? There should be some value in the email. Okay, so by using Salesforce you cannot validate whether it is a valid email or not. So I just wanted to have some value in the email, whether it may be a valid address or not. So if that is a valid address, it is going to send an email. If that is not valid address, then we cannot send email to a invalid email address, right? So email address not equal to null. That means email is having some value. This email field is having some value. Email not equal to null means it is having some value. So this is my criteria. Very simple criteria. Okay, this is just for understanding purpose I am telling this. It is very easy to understand. Save and next. Right, so here you need to define your action. You have defined your workflow rule name and your criteria, but you have not defined what action it has to perform. Okay, so we have immediate workflow actions and we have time dependent workflow actions. Okay, so the name itself is making it very clear. Immediate workflow actions means whenever you are committing your record to the database, immediately it is going to fire if the criteria is satisfied. Time dependent means in future. In future it is going to do that particular action. Whatever the action you are going to define, it is going to be perform that action in the future time. So you are going to write a time trigger here. Okay, you need to decide the time when you wanted to perform this action. Okay, so for now we'll see immediate workflow action. Here select a new email alert. Okay, so these are all the different actions we can perform by using workflows. So new task, new email alert, new field update, outbound message. This is select existing action. If you have already have any of the existing actions, you can select it. We have no existing actions so far. We have not defined any workflows and no existing actions. So select a new email alert. Right. So give the same name, welcome email. Email template. Okay, so we have different templates already. There are some standard email templates already available. So if you don't want to use them, you can define your own email template. Okay, so let me show you what are the standard email templates we have. Go to setup and see, you can see email templates. Okay, in the communication templates you can see email templates here. Click on it. So there is one standard email template, email to new customers. This is the standard one. I have not created it. Okay, so what is the subject? So this is the subject. Welcome to GenMat community. right? And this is the body of the email. Okay, right. So what I wanted to do is I want to edit it. You can edit it in later time. Okay, let me use the standard email template, and after that we'll be editing it. Right, what is that email template name? New customer email. So select it. See, this is the one, new customer email. So to whom you want to send? Recipient type. So who is the recipient here? Field, email field. So whatever the value we are providing in the email address, email field, so to that email address we have to send email. So select this and move it to selected. Right. So do you want to send additional emails to any other persons? Okay. So if you want to receive a email, then now you also will receive a email. Okay, because see here you can up to 5 email addresses here. Okay, so these users will be notified. Okay, so from email address, current user's email address. Current user means system admin. So whatever the email you are providing in the user account, from that email you are going to receive. Right, save. Okay, now we have defined workflow action also. Okay, so we have defined the criteria and we have defined the workflow action. So click on done, and now we have to go and activate it. So after creating it, it won't be activated. See here we have a button called activate. So click on activate. Now it is activated, right? So what I do is now I will create a email. Sorry, now I will create a lead. So this is the email address I am going to provide. To this email address I am going to get a welcome email, and you all will be notified because I have given your email addresses. Okay, so right, click on save. What is our criteria? Email should not be null. Whenever email is not null, then workflow is going to be fired. If we have a valid email address, then we are able to receive that email, right? So this is a valid email address. Now click on save. Okay, right. See here, 0 minutes ago, just now we received it. Okay, so this is the same information that is there in the email template. What is the subject? Welcome to the Ginvat community, and this is the body. Right, all of us Ginvat are glad to have. Okay, see here, subject, welcome to Ginvat community, and we have the same subject in the email also. Right, welcome to Ginvat community, and this is the body. Okay, see here, with this email address I have created my user account. That is why it is displayed here. Right, okay, see in the template, user.mail. User.email means from the user it is taking the email. Okay, right, any doubt? Right, see here, contact dot first name. dear, after dear you have contact dot first name, and here you have nothing because it is not contact object. Okay, now what I do is I will go and modify my email template, edit it. So subject, welcome to my training, dear, and see here what is the email field name. Okay, so I will take name, lead dot name. Now whatever the name you are giving in the lead record, that name will be printed. So if you are giving some test lead, dear test lead, that will be printed. So we have a different, separate concept email templates. There we are going to discuss each and everything. We have different types of email templates. Nothing to worry about it here. Okay. So user.email and user.phone. So in the user object, if I give phone, then you can see that phone here. See what is printed in the email? Call me at, there is no phone value because in the user record, I guess I have not given any phone number. Okay. And email me at, there is email because this is user.email. I have provided my email address in the user record. So let me go to my user record so that you will get some idea. See, this is my user. Okay. What is the email? arnav.crm. So what you got here? The same. Okay. Now I give my phone number also. Is there any phone field? Right. Okay. Now again, I will create a lead record. I will save this template first. I don't want all these. Best records user dot name. That means in the user record, what is the name? This name will be printed. Right. Okay. So save. So let me see whether I got all these modifications or not. Again, I am going to create a new email, new lead record. Now, Shiva, can I have your email address, please? Just ping me here. Or else anyone. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, we use this one. Now this email, this user is going to get email. Okay, all right. Save. Now I give control to you. I make you presenter. Please share your screen. Right. So right? Srinu Naman, I am the user. That is why my name is printed there. Okay, see here, this is the phone number I have given, 123456789. Okay, so dear test workflow email, because the lead name has been taken here. Okay, so I have given this test workflow email as the lead name. Okay, so that is why it is displayed here, and we got phone number, we got the email. Okay, so we got all the modifications we have done, right? Clear? And I guess you people are also notified with some email. I don't know which email template you got, but you will be getting some notification, right? Every one of you. Okay, Srinu, I used your email address also. I make you the presenter now. So can you share your screen?
Yeah, okay.
Have you got any email?
Yeah, I got that.
Okay.
Hey Srini,
Yeah.
even I got the email.
Yeah, everyone, because in the workflow rule, I have given all of your email addresses, right?
Oh, okay, okay.
So we can add up to 5 additional email addresses. So in those additional email addresses, I have added you people. So that is why you people got the email, right? You people, what is the email you got? Right, the same email. Okay.
You're
So
asking me, Srini?
yeah, Jay, please continue.
Yeah, I think I got the same email.
Yeah. So because the reason is, I will show you why you got the email. See here, additional emails. In the additional emails, I included all of you. Right? This is the reason you got the email. So if I don't give these values, then you won't be getting any emails. Okay. So now emails will be sending to these 3 people, and again the email address which is provided in the email field. Okay. Clear? Right. So in the same way, we can update a field by using workflows. We can update fields, right? So we'll see. What I do is, my criteria is, we have a field called rating, right? So go to accounts. So is there rating? Yeah, we have a field called rating. So what I do is, I will take this annual turnover field. Okay. So if this person is having very high annual turnover, then I wanted to make this rating as hot. Okay. I give some value, maybe 10 million or something. So if the annual turnover of this customer is more than 10 million, then by default the rating should become hot. So how I can do that? Let me show you. So again, create a workflow on account object this time. Don't feel that Salesforce is too easy. It is easy, but in real time you have to improve a lot. So you won't be getting this kind of very easy tasks. Definitely you'll be having this kind of tasks only, but again you need to use your creativity there. Okay, exactly not the same scenarios what we are discussing here. These are all the real time scenarios, but I cannot deal all the real time scenarios. I cannot explain all the real time scenarios here. So you have to use your own ideas there. Next, rule name, hot account when turnover is high. Okay, always better to follow the naming convention. Okay, So if you are unable to give full information here, sometimes this will be having some limit. Up to some characters you can enter, after that you cannot. So you can have your description here. Whenever the whenever the record is created, I wanted to fire this one. What is the criteria I wanted to use? Annual turnover greater than some value. Save. Right. I have created my workflow rule, but I need to define my action also. I want to update one of the fields. Name. So field update. Rating field update. Based on annual turnover. See, it is not accepting any further characters. So if we are not able to explain everything here, then you can have description. Field to update. Account rating. Okay. So one interview question here. Is it possible to update other object fields by using workflows? Is it possible? I am writing a workflow rule on my account object, and account is having parent, account is having some child objects, right? Account is having some child objects, right? Account is the parent of contact and opportunity, right? So is it possible to update fields by using workflows? Cross field update, is it possible or not? So this is also one of the interview question. It is not possible. By using triggers or by using any other custom coding, you can do that, but by using workflows you can update only the same object fields. Okay, these are all the same object fields, right? So the value above the current one, a specific value. I want to give you a specific value. So see here, I selected rating here and automatically the values have appeared here. If you select any other, if you select industry, again the page is refreshed and industry values you can see here. Okay, again select rating here. Now you can see all the rating field values. Okay, click on save. Right. Okay, so now we have defined workflow rule and workflow action. Click on done and we need to activate it. Activate. Don't forget to activate. Okay, unless you click on activate, it will be in the deactive mode. Okay, now go and create a record, account record. Annual turnover. Give some value which is greater than the value we provided in the workflow rule. Okay, so what is the criteria? If annual revenue is greater than a particular value we specified, maybe that is 10 million or 1 million, I don't know. If that is greater than this 1 million or 10 million, then the field should be updated. What field? Rating field. So give none. This has to be updated automatically, right? Right. Any mandatory fields? Let me click on save so that I'll come to know. Yeah, we have mandatory. Too big. See, rating is updated to hot. Okay. Right. Try with one more account. Rating I have given none. Now rating is hot. So workflow is fired and it is updated the field. Okay. So these are the different actions we can do by using workflows. Okay. Now we can create a task also. Okay. You try to do that. So task means what is the task and what is the event? We have something called activities. So in the basics, I have discussed about this one. So allow activities. Whenever you are creating the object, you will be getting some checkbox, allow activities. If you are clicking on that, for that object, you can create some task or events. Allow activities, nothing but activities. We have two activities. Okay, task and event, right? So you can try with that. Okay, if you got any doubts, then you can ask me. Right? Any doubts? So we need a lot to discuss about these workflows. So there are some more things we need to discuss. So I feel it is not good if I continue. Okay. So already we discussed a lot. So we'll see tomorrow. Is that fine?
Yeah, it's okay. It's fine.
Yeah. Because we people may confuse. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. Right. Please practice. So as much as you practice, you'll get more and more doubts because this is totally admin part, right? So the navigation part is very important and we always struggle. If I don't use Salesforce for 1 or 2 months, then even I become new. Okay. So that is why we should always be keep on practicing. Admin, we feel it is very easy, but the thing is, if you are continuously practicing, it is easy. Otherwise, we forget everything. Okay. So thank you guys. Thanks for your patience. Bye.
Fine. Good night.
Yeah, good night. Good night, guys.